So we just went live.
Oh my god, we did? Oh my god, this will be recorded, right? So I should act
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So people can get in here any minute now. We
Yeah,
still have 0 watches. If you look at like the screen on the right, we have 0. But yeah, this is exciting.
very. Oh my god. So let's just like go over uh the, the what is it called? The line, the timeline of what we are gonna do. We wanted to time it, right? Do you want me to time it?
Yeah, sure.
When they come in, maybe. Actually, there is a timer over there, so why do we have to time it?
I think there's somebody already watching us. So hi there, whoever's watching.
Hello. Which, where? I can't see it. I can't see where which people are watching me.
Like in the right hand corner, you should see like a little eye, or
I
the left.
can't see it.
No.
I
Well,
think.
there's already one person watching, so.
Hello.
Yeah, if you want to time it, that's fine as well.
I think we have a timer over there already. So when it's gonna be like um 6 p.m., then we can just start looking at that time, right? The
Yeah,
left. Do you see that? Oh, there. Then we can kind of time ourselves like for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, this 6 minutes.
yeah.
Oh, I hope we
All
don't.
right. So hi everyone, whoever is joining us, thank you so much. Write down in the comments below or something so we know who's watching. Thank you so much for joining us today and spending some time with us. You guys were actually early, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. We are so excited. I'm so excited. I'm humbled to talking with Mariana today. I told you a million times, but again, I'm so excited. How many people joined us?
Huh?
How many people joined us now?
So there's 4 people right now.
Wow, wow. Why can't I see this? Oh my god, I feel so bad now.
You should be able to see it. Mm,
Oh no, maybe it's just you.
maybe. I don't know. I'll be telling you.
Thank
Oh, hi Paula.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Oh, look at your friends. They're already here, even before the time and supporting you. You should talk to your friends.
Oh my god, yeah. So everybody else, if you can write down like who's watching because we can't see who's watching,
Yes.
and maybe we know some of you and all that, and would like to say hi.
Hmm.
Thank you, Paula.
Thank you so much,
Paula.
Paula. We love a supporter. Yes, please. If you are whoever have joined, please leave your name and who you are. Where do you live? Leave your LinkedIn account so we can get connected.
Hi,
Please.
Nafisa.
Hello. How are you?
Can you see the comments, Shakhlo?
Yes, I can see the comments. I
Okay.
can see the comments, but
Okay.
I can't see how many people joined. So just let me know how many people have joined.
So right now there's 7 people. So to these 7 people, early worm gets the word, right? So thank you for for being here.
Exactly.
I hope you know that if you ever need anything, like you can like reach out to us in anything and whatever you need, even if you just need a friend to talk to, let us know.
Of course. Hi.
Ooh, from the UK. Hi, Sophie.
Hello, Sophie. How are you?
Shreya. Hi. I don't know if I said that correctly. I hope I am.
Hi, Shreya. How are you? This is so exciting. This as we are doing this, this more feels like real. You know.
I know, right? This is actually like my first time ever hosting a live webinar. I'm really used to doing like in person ones, so
Yeah.
I think it's the feeling is different, right? Hi,
Yeah.
William.
Hi, William. Hi, everyone. Definitely, it's this is my first live too. Actually, like I have been to webinars, but through Zoom, you know.
Uh
But
huh.
like the first kind of what we are doing from YouTube. Hi from Canada. Hello.
Hi,
Yay.
Alejandro. Hi, Tashi.
Hi, Tashi. Hi.
Hi, Christian. Christian.
Christian. This is so exciting. Oh my God. We have been really I don't know why we were so I don't know nervous about it. It actually feels really nice.
Hi, Eduardo.
Hello.
I
Hi.
hope I said that right. My brother's name is Eduardo with an U, so I hope I said that correctly. Hi,
Sean. How are you guys?
Sean.
We still have 4 more minutes until we start, and we kind of will introduce ourselves. And I'm so excited. Oh my god, I have so much to talk to you guys about.
I
Yeah.
know. So, how have you all been feeling? Let us know. Like, are you already in vacations? Are you in your hometown, or where are you at? That's
Yes.
nice, Eduardo. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, it's definitely like disturbing times. Honestly, I don't know how everyone's keeping up with everything. I know, especially if you're in the United States, it's such a crazy time. But hopefully, we will be able to kind of like excite you as much as we are.
Yeah,
We are in like just keep in mind that this is like a safe place and you can share anything that you're feeling about today. I know that there's like so many things that's happening. Like there's this. I even forgot about coronavirus, honestly, from the things that's happening right now.
I know. I know.
Mm,
And I love what you're saying, Choco. Just to follow up on that, and from my perspective, if you're like from the Black community and African American community, you have all of my support, and yeah, like let us know if we can do more things to use our platforms to help you. And this is a safe place, like Choco mentioned. We respect everyone, no matter where you're from, no matter how you look like, no matter anything. So thank you so much for being here.
yeah,
Thank you so
definitely.
much.
I know there's so much pressure, so many things that's going on, but thank you for being brave and showing up to this place where you're going to kind of like teach you. I know most of you might not be happy as much as you think, like, but please, know that we are with you and we are always there to support. Like, I came from like an Asian family too, where we kind of feel like you shouldn't stand out, you shouldn't like speak up, just like be regular. But in these times, I think that everyone should speak up and everyone should kind of like support each other. So I think it's really definitely important.
I agree. I agree. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Daniela. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Daniel. I'm
Oh,
excited to see some Latinos here. I'm Mexican, so I'm excited about that.
right? It's such
Yes.
a different feeling when someone from your country kind of like supports you. It's so great. Hi, Eric. How are you? I love how everyone is from different place.
I love it. I love it. And I think that's the beauty of all of this, like everybody has so much value. Everybody has so many different backgrounds, so many different ideas, and when we all unite and actually combine all of these together, we're like a powerhouse. So I'm just so excited to see people from all over the world.
Yeah.
Hi, Janine. Hi, Charmin. I don't know if I already said hi to you. So we're going to start in about a minute. Hi, Laura.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Paulina.
Morning. How
Oh,
are
this is
you
so
guys?
exciting. Let us know, like, in the comments below what you're looking forward to in this webinar.
Yes.
We already read a lot of your questions, but also feel free to ask more questions at the end of the webinar. We'll have a Q&A question. We'll try to make this as interactive as we can. We
Yeah.
know that it can be a little bit hard, but we'll do our best. And just thank you so much for the support. Hi, Sean. Hi, Karina.
We are so excited. Please leave your LinkedIn profiles as well so all of you can kind of like get connected. And we are just like so excited to see you here.
All right. So it's 4 p.m. Should we start, Shakhlo, or do we give another minute?
Yeah, sure. How many people do we have? I still
We
can't.
have 39 people watching right now.
Yeah. Do you want to wait a little bit?
Let's wait for one more minute or two.
Okay. Yeah,
Let's
sure.
at least see 40 people, right?
Yeah. Um, we definitely did. Like, I read all of those questions. Oh my God, such a great questions. We had
We
like
got 208 questions.
200.
So
That.
it was crazy.
Can you tell how we decided to divide all of those questions?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
how we piece all of those 200 questions? Oh,
Yeah.
it was definitely one of a experience, and we had so much fun. Actually, so much
Yeah.
fun reading all of those questions. super smart questions, super crazy, and it's like we just like loved all the passion, the love, the support. It's just crazy. Uh,
Yeah. All right. So let's start off. What was? Let's start with our talking about a little bit of our journey, Chaklo. I don't know if you want to start.
Yeah, sure. So I'm pretty sure most of you guys know me. My name is Shakhlo, and I study currently business and finance, and I am an upcoming intern at Google as a business strategist. And I'm just like so excited to be here. I first reached out to Mariana saying like I really want to do this with you, and she was so sweet saying yes, because I knew that.
Likewise, likewise.
Yes, because I knew that the minute that we like literally talked, I knew that we could do this. I knew that I could trust you and then bring this together so that we can help more students. I first created LinkedIn and this year actually in January, and yeah, and then that's how I kind of like I don't know got famous or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, and I am a current junior. I am just like so excited and yeah, that's a little bit about me.
That's awesome. So to jump off of that, I am Mariana Briones. I am from Mexico. I am really proud Latina. I am an international student. So if any of you here are international students, I understand the struggle. I understand the struggle when you don't have a family member to talk to about these things because they never went through them or something. If you're first gen, I feel you. It's hard. So just give yourself an acknowledgement that you're all the way over here just by yourself.
Yeah,
I am from Ciudad Juarez, Mexico, which is across the border of El Paso, Texas, and I grew up in this beautiful border binational. I've been crossing the border every day since I am 7 or 8 years old to study in the US, and I am 22 years old now, so it's
yeah,
been a long time. I graduated 2 or 3 weeks ago from University of Texas at El Paso in electrical engineering, and I don't know. I'm just so excited. I created LinkedIn like 3 years ago, but really didn't start using it. Started using it, I guess, like in August. But
yeah,
I made it because one of my mentors actually made me do it. He said, if you want to be in this leadership program, you have to have a LinkedIn account. So
yeah.
that's how I got into LinkedIn 3 years ago, but kind of didn't exist, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I am an international student too. I forgot to mention it, but I came from Uzbekistan, where we don't have a lot of kind of rights for women, especially. But I came here and I studied first in DC, and then I came to New York. And the reason I actually joined LinkedIn was because I knew that like by LinkedIn you kind of tell more about yourself to the recruiter, right? It's like my only idea, my only kind of like mission to create LinkedIn was because I knew that through LinkedIn, you can talk to recruiters, right? You can tell them what you are, what is about you that stands out, right? So that's kind of like the reason that I created LinkedIn, and I created actually like 5 months ago. So I think that as long as you work really hard, it's like you are gonna go there, you know. So I'm like
Mhm.
excited to kind of share my experiences with you guys and tell you guys how to succeed on LinkedIn. Hmm?
So is that why you started creating content then, Chapo?
To start off with saying that I never kind of created a content because I wanted to be a content creator, right? My intention was never being a content creator. All I wanted was that because I wanted the recruiter to know more about me. Because I had a resume, but I didn't have enough space to put things on my resume. So the reason that I created LinkedIn was because, oh, I knew that that recruiter has a LinkedIn, and so I know that like that recruiter is going to see my page. And when they see it, they see my story. They see little something from me, right? They're gonna see that I'm a hard working student, you know? So I think that that is so important to know what you are doing. Like if you're a student right now who says that LinkedIn isn't useful, just know that LinkedIn is so powerful. It's gonna connect you to so many people, It's giving you kind of like the advantage not a lot of platforms have. So having LinkedIn is so important. Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And well, to tell you a little bit about why I started content creating, but in reality, I don't see it as content creating. I see it as sharing my little mind with you all. I think what inspired me to do content was the fact that at school, I would see a lot of students who struggled to find opportunities,
Hmm.
and the fact that I knew that not only like my friends or the students at my college were going through this really made me want to post more about opportunities. So if you've been following me for a while, you know I post a lot about jobs, a lot about opportunities, a lot about things you can do, and that's kind of why I started to post on LinkedIn because I just felt like a lot of people weren't. I don't know. A lot of people weren't receiving this information that is really crucial,
Yes.
and another thing that I really wanted to share as well was a perspective from a Latina. You know, I would see so many people sharing, and I would never see anyone who was Hispanic or Latino, and I just or Latinx, and I just really wanted to be part of that voice. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of like how we both started content creating, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. It works for me too. I have never seen an Uzbek girl who came like and linked and said that this is like the perfect place to create opportunities, right? Take LinkedIn as like a timeline of opportunities. See LinkedIn as like the like as you site over on LinkedIn, you see so many opportunities, so many people that you can reach out to find a job, right? So that I think that if you see it that way, then that's how you succeed, in LinkedIn.
That's true. That's true. So let's start off with the questions that like
Yeah,
we saw, and a lot of them were really similar. So we hope that we
yeah.
touch on your question. So the first question we had is, what are the secrets behind success on LinkedIn? I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if you want to start, Shakhlo.
Definitely. So for me, the secret is that there is never a secret on LinkedIn as long as you work, right? I think that there is like never like I never had like a secret that I heard from someone that if you do this, that you're gonna get famous on LinkedIn. No, never like that. I never had those kind of like the idea. Never heard of something like that. It's just I worked really hard. As long as you know what you want first, know what you want, right? First, that like know what you want to do, what kind of job that you're looking for. Make sure that you wrote that on the timeline saying that you're looking for this opportunity, right? Reach out to those people that you think has those skills or has those jobs that they can give it to you, right? Reach out to them and also start writing so that you can share more of yourself with the recruiters, right? Share some of the opportunities that you can think that will be advantage to others because there's so many students on LinkedIn that needs the same thing. First know your audience, right? That's the most important thing. Like know your audience. What are some of the things that you think that LinkedIn can be used for? What are some of the things that students are looking for, right? So make sure to have all of those things on your LinkedIn and make sure that you are doing good for the community. Treat LinkedIn like it's your own little family where you are building yourself while building relationship with people, right? So I think that the success is that as long as you have that like mission, the motivation to create better and do better for your community, that's your success, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
always work hard because when you kind of like I think that like when students think that we just post something and it gets viral. No, it's not like that. We kind of research before we do something. We look for our audience. We look for what is right and what is wrong. We do so many things before we actually post it and put it on LinkedIn, right? So it's really, really important that you do the same things and make sure that you are like kind of you learn it before you do something.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that that's one of the most important things to succeed on LinkedIn.
I think that in my perspective, like success is really relative, right? Like there's so many different types of success. Maybe you don't want to be a content creator. Maybe you're on LinkedIn because you want to network or you want to find a job.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's so different. So for me, like the secrets behind that is like engage with others. Like whenever you're consuming things on LinkedIn, there's people that are commenting And
Yeah.
trust me, like I've reached out to people who comment more than actually post,
Yeah.
because they develop like a thought that they post
Mhm.
on LinkedIn, right? And I think that one helps for networking a lot. So let's say if you're on LinkedIn and you want to be successful in networking,
Mhm.
and you reach out to someone who wrote a comment, it's so easy to just like go off of that topic, you know.
Mhm.
I think that's a good way to start like networking on LinkedIn if that is what you want to.
Yeah.
Also, like if you're looking for a job, like go to the right places, find the right people. The way you can do this is by going on the search bar and
Mhm.
putting like hashtag hiring, hashtag recruiting,
Yeah.
hashtag job search. A lot of people use these hashtags, like they're so important. Use them. I think that if you follow these hashtags, you will be looking at the right people if that is what you're looking for
Mhm.
in job search, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, like let's continue with another question on LinkedIn, and it says how to build a community on LinkedIn and build your own personal brand.
Yeah. I think I kind of like talked about it, how you can um, build a community, right? That was your question, right? Can you repeat
Yes,
the
like
question?
how can you build a community on LinkedIn?
Yeah, so how to build a community on LinkedIn is that it really like I said depends on you and know your audience, right? Know the people that is connected with you, what is good for them, and always be kind of like connected with everyone. Let's say right now I'm just gonna give you an example. If you see someone who is writing on LinkedIn saying that oh, it's Black Lives Matter, right? Something like that. Leave a comment. Say I care about it. Share it. Share it with your own profile or with your own platform, saying that I care about this, right? I care about this. Do you? So more people who are connected with you, they know it, right? Because I
Mhm.
think that we are connected by our stories. We are
Yes.
connected by our ideas, our beliefs, right? So it is really, really important that building a community, don't just focus on building something, focus on what is happening right now. Focus on what you really like and what are some of the
And what
things
you care about.
do exactly what do you care about,
Mhm.
what's your one of the what is your dream for the world? Do you want to change the world? How can you do that? how can you how can you do that? How can you support people by doing that, right? So
Yes.
definitely, like, literally go to LinkedIn right now, write about it. What do you feel right now, right? Because
Mhm.
personally, I don't feel okay because it's been so crazy. 2020, it's just overwhelming. I don't know how some
Yeah.
students are staying sane, because it's really hard. We are really working hard. So if you think that you have to stay connected, you have to do all of this, don't think like that. I know what you're going through. Everyone is going through the same. It's such a crazy time right now. But just know that, like, LinkedIn is there for you as a family. Treat
Mhm.
them as a family. Reach out to those people. Say, are you okay? Are you doing fine? I really care about you. Don't make someone feel like you're just there for a job, right? Or you're just doing it for the opportunity. That's how you create community. That's how you create kind of like the connection between a recruiter and yourself, right? Go to them, say like, are you doing okay? Don't just go to them, say like, oh, I need the opportunity, I really want to be part of this. No, just first, before you treat someone as a recruiter, treat them as a human, right? That's so important. Treat them as a human.
Really important.
We all are humans and we are all going through the same thing. So I think that's really important.
So I think for the other side of the question about like how do you build your own personal brand, I had a lot of trouble with this. Like, right, like you're a person. There's so many things you like. There's so many things that you feel. What I did was I asked myself like, how do I bring value to people? How do like what do people come to me for? What do people know me for? Like, what do my friends know me for?
Yeah.
And I think this is a really good way to start if you want to know how to like start building your brand.
Hmm.
People start to know you for the things you care about,
Yeah.
right? So I'm pretty sure like a lot of people, a lot of my friends, like they may say if they see something about an internship, they'll be like, oh, like talk to Mariana because they know that's what I the majority of the time I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
But this has to like this could be so many things. Like there's people on LinkedIn who literally talk about a specific thing like computer science or marketing, and they're teaching people how to do this, and there's people that follow them just because they talk about a specific thing. So I
Yeah.
think that's how, like, you also build your brand. But let's continue more because I think we're falling behind time. So let's go into the networking section. So the question is, how do you network efficiently on LinkedIn?
Yeah. Definitely. So how do you network efficiently? How do you reach out to those people, right? First of all, never feel like, how do you say, like never think that like you have to do networking, right? Never treat someone like you are networking with them, you know? Networking is most of the time done by live, right? Like you kind of go to someone and say, it's nice to meet you, handshake, everything is so important. But networking came when LinkedIn came, when everything became very, how do you say, internet, right? It had to be done with internet. So most of the time people don't really understand or don't get it the right way. So you should be really, really, really careful when you're reaching out to someone. Networking is done in so many ways. One way you are networking is just by leaving a comment in someone's post, right? You're already kind of telling them about what you feel about their post, right? And another networking is happening when you reach out to a recruiter or to recruiter asking for like an opportunity or to learn anything about them. Another third way of networking is happening when you're getting connected with someone, right? When you're requesting a connection, right, you are already networking with that person. So make sure you send an invite, like saying like a like, hello, how are you, like I'm just going to give you guys an example. Hello, how are you, my name is Shakhlo, and I am a student at this college and I study this and this and this. I recently came on your post and saw that you care about this, and I just wanted to know that you did a great job and I would like to learn more of you. Do you have any time for a call? First of all, sometimes don't go to that really quickly. Don't go and say that, oh, do you have a time for a call quickly? Because most of the time they don't, and you may not get a message back. But treat them like a human. You know, it is so important that you should know that they're not just like a computer, or they're not just like a just the one message, right? They're human too. They are very busy. They're very kind of like they have a full-time work. So just know that they don't have to answer you back. So, but they do it because they care about the community, they care about LinkedIn, they care about you. So I think that you should really know that first before even networking. You should know that it is really important that you know what you're kind of like reaching out to them about, you know. So make sure, please, please make sure, know that, like, know how to reach out to them. Always, always, always be careful, and yeah, just be open and just like be very nice. Treat them like a human. Hmm.
Definitely. And I think if I can give you like a technique I use is I always go into the person's profile,
Yeah.
and that is why it's so important to have your profile complete and well written, because
Yeah.
a lot of people write in the about section something like, oh, like I like to do this, my hobbies are this, I do research on this, or blah blah, and that automatically already gives me like things to talk about with this person.
Exactly.
So if I go into Shako's profile and I see that she likes dancing, like I can say, hey, Shako, how are you? I saw that you're a business major and that you like dancing. Like how do you do both, or do
Yeah.
you like still continue to dance? These are such good icebreakers, and look for them and have them, because that will also make it easier for someone to reach out to you.
Exactly.
Um, in the comment section as well, like I think I mentioned this a little bit, but I'll brush up on it again. Um, if you see someone like get into their profiles, you may be really surprised who you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's how you start building relationships, to be honest, just with honest questions. Also, if you're networking, to have an informational, I think it's really nice when you like tell them, hey, like I'm trying to like do this or this, and I saw that you have had this experience. Do you think you can help me and have a call with me? And this does not only apply to recruiters. Like there's students out there who can help you. There's people who have reached out to me when, well, I was a student until like 3 weeks ago, right? And I would help them out, and I'm not a recruiter. So don't only focus on recruiters. Also focus on people who are already where you want to be.
Yes,
But
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the next question, because we're running out of time, is how do you stay in touch with people?
How do you stay in touch with people? Okay. Do you want me to start or do you want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So the way that I like to stay in touch with people is that whenever I reach out for the first time, I try to be really intentional. Like I
Mhm.
like to say why I'm reaching out. So
Exactly.
this already like sets the tone, right? Sometimes when you just say hi, how are you? I think that a lot of people may not answer to that because they don't know if they're going to be scammed or something. That's a reality. It does happen on LinkedIn, but I think that when I spoke to you about like the dancing stuff and all of this is just an example. Let's say I go to like I watch a TV show and someone's dancing, like I'll just like message them and say, hey, I just saw this program on dancing and remembered you. Like, how are you doing? You know, like what are your updates in life? Like it doesn't have to be forced. Just think about what would you tell your friend, right? Like how do you keep in touch with your friends? This
Yeah.
is how I envision it. Do
Yeah.
you have something else to add, Shaklo?
Definitely, yeah. I wanted to say that first thing first, like the most important thing, know the person's LinkedIn account, research about them. Just like how you go into an interview, right? It's important as if you are going to interview. Literally, do
Yeah.
research about the person. Reach out to them, Google their name, and say like, oh, what are they doing, and look at their whole LinkedIn profile and see like what they like, what they're doing, what kind of achievements they have, and just
Organizations.
exactly, or
Yeah.
just like say like congratulations on achieving all of those accomplishments. I'm so proud of you and inspired. Do you have like a time to talk about anything, uh,
Mhm.
and also I just like read the question, that's why I was looking like
Yeah, me too.
yeah. I think that also we wanted to talk about cold emailing and warm emailing, so I just want to like a little bit talk about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Got my opportunities one time. If you know me, I posted about how you can reach out to your alumni in college. One time I reached out to 10 of my alumni. Definitely went to like each of their profile, LinkedIn profile, and saw what they're doing, what their interests are, what they are currently working at, and then I just reached out to them, my alumni, and I just like made an invite to 10 of them and wrote like 300 words saying how much I like them, right? I just like said like you are
Yeah.
inspiration because you just graduated from my college and you went to this kind of, oh, you're doing this amazing jobs, right? So when I did that, it was very cold. It was a cold email because I have never talked to them before. I have never reached out to them before. They have never seen me. But it was also nice. It was also warm email because I knew their story. I knew about them, right? I just said to them like, "Oh, we've been to the same college. We've been to this place. I have the same professor as you are, right? And it's really nice to see you like." And to talk with you, do you have a time that we can have a chat? And then actually one of them said yes, let's do it.
Hmm.
Let's It was,
How many didn't respond, Chaco?
I think, like five of them didn't respond.
And I think that's normal. Like if this is happening to
Exactly.
you, it's normal. And I saw Alejandro's question, like if you get no responses, in my personal opinion, like I've gotten messages that I don't see,
Yeah.
and there's people that have reached out like a week later, and I'm like, thank you for reaching out again. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't see your last message. So
Exactly.
I think that if you're also like, yeah, like just try it again, and if there's no response, then just go with someone else. You know?
And always be like okay if they don't respond because they already
Yeah.
have a job, they have a job, they don't have to respond to you. If they respond, it's really good, but if they don't respond, move on. It's not a big deal. Don't be mad, just go to
There's many
exactly.
more people
There,
willing to help.
yes, there's someone else who actually will be okay. They're gonna be like, yes, I want to help you. And it was actually JP Morgan, and I went inside JP Morgan. It was great. They gave me a tour. So there is going to be actually people who are gonna be okay with it. So never give up.
Yes, don't ever give up.
Mm-mm.
I think you already like brushed on this, Chocolate, but like, what are the do's and don'ts for reaching out to recruiters?
Mm. Never spell their name incorrectly. They're never going to go back to you, right?
Or
Make
go copy paste the name.
Exactly. Don't copy paste it. Don't copy paste a whole invite written down, right? Make sure it's personalized. What personalized means, again, I'm going to tell you, it's that you did a research about them. You show that you care about them. You show that to them that, like, you really want to learn something from that person. If anyone reached out to me with the wrong name, I get mad, I get offended because it's my name. Like, it's my name. Because you have to show respect to someone for their name. Doesn't matter what country they are right now, like any country, you have to be very, very professional, right? You have to be professional. You have to know what words to use. Never use like a not like crazy words, right? Make sure you use nice words and always be respectful, right? Always be respectful. Always kind of like reach out in time, and when they respond, make sure you respond back because they took the time of their time to respond to you. Like I talked to you, Mariana, I receive like hundreds of messages every day, and I don't have a time, but I do send back to them some of them, right? I do read their messages and I say like I'm so happy to help you because I really care about it. And if they don't respond back to me, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna lose interest in them, right? So make sure that you respect the person, you research the person, and you're doing it personally. Don't make them feel like you're just there just because of a job or something.
Yeah. I think that for me, like some specific don'ts is I personally wouldn't send like my email the first, like my resume the first time I
Yeah.
talk to them.
Hmm.
I wouldn't because this does not make you different from anybody else, right? Like this is
Yeah.
kind of like when you talk to them in person, how do you stand out from the rest of them?
Yes.
How? By making them feel like they're people, right? Like
Yeah.
Chaco mentioned it so many times. And I would really recommend you to not ask for referrals like that
Yeah.
easily, you know?
Yes.
There's ways to ask for referrals, and this is a really good one I've seen a lot of people do that they apply to me that actually do work. They sometimes ask for informational interviews. And
Yeah.
when I'm doing these informational interviews, like sometimes there's times I cannot help them because I don't know certain thing, but I will refer them to someone who does. So I
Yeah.
think this is also a good way, like talk to them and ask them how they are, all of that. Ask for if you could have an informational interview. Tell them why you want to work at their company and all of that. I know we've like repeated a lot of the same stuff, but
Yes.
it's real. Like that's like kind of like the secret to it, you know?
Yes.
But that's kind of like my don'ts and do's. Like
Mhm.
be respectful. Try to just like show that you care, right? Like when you would
Exactly.
like you would in person.
Mm-hmm.
So to move on, I think we're moving on to the content. Well, no, we have another one. How do you develop a long-term relationship through LinkedIn?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which
So
I think we kind of already brushed on it, but you
yeah,
can give an
yeah. I
answer.
think that to move on, saying that once you receive help, right? Once you receive help from someone, make sure to kind of stay connected all the time. If it's like July 4th, right? July 4th, Independence Day. Reach out to them, say Happy Independence Day. Thank you for all of your help, right?
Yes.
That's the best way to always stay connected. Because I always receive, when I received that help from a recruiter who was at JP Morgan, I always kept them updated saying that, oh, I got an offer from JP Morgan for this,
Oh, that's awesome.
right? That's
Yeah.
how you keep a connection with them, and they're like, "Oh my god, I'm so happy for you. Let's meet again." That's how you connect with them, right? And if there's any kind of like a event that's happening, if it's like, what are some of the holidays? I forgot, but there's so many holidays that happens, right? Make sure that like you treat them like you're treating your friend, right? Like say it to them like, "Hey, it's this holiday. I want to congratulate you." Especially for Muslims, right? If you know that the person is Muslim, say Happy Eid. Eid is like a celebration where Muslims kind of celebrated after Ramadan, right? So show them that you care, Because if someone tells me that, I get really happy. I go like, oh,
Yeah.
it's so special, right? It's such a special message that makes me happy and makes me want to help them so much, right? So that's how you keep a long-term relationship with someone on LinkedIn, saying that, always keeping them updated, always sharing something that you don't know, or saying like, oh, I saw this internship, would you be willing to apply for it? I think you're good to it, right? Because I received so many people who are actually in my connection saying that, I saw this leadership scholarship that I think you will be perfect fit.
Yeah.
You to join
I
them.
agree. I always do that as well. I try to keep in mind like people, and sometimes I run into opportunities that I say I should share it with this person, and I share it. And
Exactly.
that's how you develop that relationship. You're giving them value, right? Like
Yeah.
think about your relationships. Like I don't know, with your friends, you wouldn't be with a friend who doesn't treat you right or who doesn't give you any value. There's
Yes.
different types of value, right? But
Mhm.
even just listening to someone is a sort of value.
Yes.
Something that I really like to do as well is congratulate them in their birthdays.
Yes.
LinkedIn does tell you when people have birthdays. I don't think I receive them every day, but when I do and I see them, I try to just send like a quick message, like, "Hey, happy birthday! Hope we can have a conversation later on and tell me how you're doing." You know, these
Yeah.
are just some quick icebreakers. I think that's the human nature. So I feel like when I was like younger, when I was like 19 or 18, I would get so nervous on like talking to people.
Yeah.
And now that I'm like 22, it's like, why was I nervous? These are people,
Right.
you know. They live for human interaction as well.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah.
hmm
Up to the new like the next section, which is content creation, and after this one we have the Q&A. So think about any questions you want to make for us, and
yeah.
we'll try to have like a 10-15 minute Q&A.
hmm
So for content creation, we have, what are the benefits of creating content on LinkedIn?
hmm Okay, I'm gonna start with it because I think that I really have a lot to say about this. What are the benefits? I think that by creating content, you're just like opening yourself to the world. You're saying all of that you have to say to the world. When you Google yourself, it's kind of like find a time to kind of Google yourself and see what comes out first, right? See if you're liking what you're seeing. Because you're literally gonna like all of your posts on LinkedIn will appear on the search box of Google, right? It's like that scene, see if you like that. Would you be willing to hire that employee that you see, right? Kind of see that for yourself. And so I did that, I did that, and I said, like, you know what, let me share more of myself, because I really want the recruiters to see me, to kind of like know me. But like my idea wasn't really recruiters, but also to other people too. Like I had those great ideas that I shared with my friends, but when I shared with them, it wasn't being useful, right? It wasn't being used or any type. But when I shared those benefits, those ideas with LinkedIn, I was being connected with people who has the same mind, who has the same idea, who wanted to support me, who wanted to kind of tell me that like I'm doing great, and then they would be part of it, right? Like when I first like thought about it, I never thought that I could go this high where I felt like content creating is the key to success. But now I feel it, because content creating a content on LinkedIn kind of gives you an access to all the people in the world. And they're going to see you, they're going to see what you like, they're going to see, and they also kind of like send you the opportunities that they know, right? Because they're gonna see your strengths, they're gonna see your weaknesses, they're gonna see everything that an interview can see, right? And that tells you a lot about you. So I think that by creating a content on LinkedIn, you are just like putting yourself out there. You're putting yourself out there saying that this is me and this is what I want to do, right? So me, by creating this group Femalium, right, by posting about it and posting on LinkedIn, I just told the world I want to change the world by creating equality for women, right? And in an interview, there is a question like that, right?
Yeah.
There is a question that says, "Do you wanna change the world? How do you wanna change the world?" And here it says that on my LinkedIn, I want to change the world by creating equality for women. So I think that one way that you can use creating content is by kind of having that opportunity to showcase yourself to the world, right? And you're also getting a lot of friends who are smart, right? Who are smarter than you. There's a quote that says, always be with people who are smarter than you, right? So LinkedIn gives you actually access to be with people who are smarter than you, who share the same ideas, and that also motivate you. When I see people that see, I see all of their kind of like their contents, their ideas, their everything on LinkedIn, right? Their posts on LinkedIn. I get excited, right? I get excited. I get like motivated by their support, by their ideas, by their kind of like the good things that they're posting, right? It definitely benefits me because most of the things that I apply to on were on LinkedIn, and it was because of the things that people posted. People post opportunities, people post jobs, people post about themselves, and that actually kind of like helps the community, right? That helps someone you don't even know, but that actually help makes me feel better. It's always good. It's like the best feeling when you know that someone is doing good because of you, or someone is happy because of you. So I think that's so great. And there's actually a question said that should everyone try to create content, which I think you're going to talk about. That's no,
Yes.
right?
Um, I'll talk about that one like in like I think it's probably in two questions more, but
Yeah.
to brush up on to add more to what Chaklo said, yeah, like I don't think everybody needs to be a content creator to have a success on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I think um, do whatever you like, do
Yeah.
whatever you feel. Like when you are on Instagram, on YouTube, not everybody is a creator. You're a consumer, and you're fine with it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think LinkedIn is any different. I would say that the reason why I think it's also really like if you are interested in content creation, I think you can inspire so many people. Like I told you, I didn't see any Latinos posting. Like I just didn't feel there were people out there who were doing amazing things until now that I see more Latinos that are starting to post about it. I feel like wow, like I love to see people who are sharing their stories. But
Yes.
I don't think this is a must. Like it definitely helps. It definitely gives you a platform, a brand, but don't feel pressure to do it because that's not the only success to LinkedIn.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Never feel,
And
yeah.
oh,
I wanted to add something. Never feel like just because you're not creating a content that you're not doing well on LinkedIn, right? LinkedIn, you come to LinkedIn to look for jobs, right? Don't never forget that. You only came here to find a job, right? So nobody is forcing you, and you're not asking to create a content on LinkedIn. So never feel pressured. People
mhm.
are only creating content just because they like it. They want to feel the support.
It shouldn't be stressful. This shouldn't cause you stress.
Exactly. I just want to share my ideas with people. I want to see what they think about what I think. So I think that the only way I create it because I just get an idea and I go like, I think my idea will help many people. So let me put this on LinkedIn. That's how everyone should feel like. If you think that you have this kind of like the opportunity that you think many people can benefit from, put it on LinkedIn. It's not like, oh, you have to do a whole research, you have to do everything to do this. No, you're just sharing it with others and you're making yourself feel better by helping others.
Yes. And there was a question that we received, like, if this is something that you're interested in, they asked, how do you get over the initial fear of posting on LinkedIn?
Yeah.
And for my in my opinion, it's like just do it.
Hmm.
Everything is scary. Like
Yes.
whenever you do something for the first time, it's scary. Um, I cannot tell you, like to this day, there's still some things I post about that I'm scared to post about because I
Yeah.
don't know how people are going to react to it. But it's just like you have to, I don't know, like bring it on.
Hmm.
There's no right or wrong thing, and something that I've seen a lot is that fear keeps people from like playing their best game.
Hmm.
So if fear is the reason why you're not posting, just think about the fact that like everybody is afraid of posting. I'm still afraid of posting. I know I can get judged by any thought that I have, and that's being vulnerable. And I think that's the beauty of like sharing your thoughts, like that you open yourself up and that you're being vulnerable, because at the end of the day, vulnerability isn't a weakness, it's a strength.
Exactly.
So I think in my opinion, that's what I've done to like not have fear. Well, I always have fear, but I just ignore it. I
Yeah.
have fear for everything new, for everything that's exciting, for everything that you don't know where it's going to lead you to.
Yes.
So fear is always there, but it's up to you if you want it to be controlling you or you control your fear, right? And yeah, I don't know if you want to add something else, Chaklo.
Yeah, definitely. I think you're right. And never put your word to a like, right? Never say that, oh, just because I'm not getting a like, I shouldn't post or I shouldn't create content, right? It's not about like. Sometimes people see it, but forget to put a like, but they remember that. I
Mhm.
always remembered Mariana's post. I have to say it here again. Always. Like sometimes I just go, right? I just go on LinkedIn. I read it, but I forget to put a like. But I read that, and
Mhm.
that's on my mind, and that is important. As
And
long
all yeah.
as that.
And
Yeah,
also like my like the posts that I like the most about myself are the ones with least likes.
exactly.
And it's something that you're never going to understand. Like
Yeah,
my favorite posts, there have been like the least successful.
exactly.
So it
Yeah.
happens. Like don't be afraid of that.
Never say that, oh, I need to get more likes, I need to do this to
Yeah.
get more opportunities. It doesn't work like that.
As
It
long as your post like reaches someone who can benefit from it, I think it already like had like did its purpose. So
definitely.
don't feel bad about that at all.
Definitely.
Sorry for interrupting, Chaklo.
Thank you for all the comments. Oh my god, I'm seeing this and like I'm just like so touched. Thank you so much. Also, I just because we are doing this right now, talk about this. Create a post about what you learned today. I really want to see what you learned from it today. Like I just want to say it to people right now. So take notes of this webinar right now and create a post about it. What did you learn from it? I want to hear and tag us, tag me and Mariana so we can see it and just like say it like this is like the great uh kind of like opportunity for you to start doing.
Mhm.
I think
And
the next
oh,
question.
go ahead, go ahead. Well, yeah, because I think we're running out of time. But actually, I think we received another question like, how do you start content creation? How do you get your ideas and all of that? For me, it's different every time. I think there's some topics that like I feel it in my heart that it's like, oh, like this is getting me really mad, or this is
Exactly.
this is causing a lot of things for me that I need to like put it out there.
Yes.
Um, I talk about like things that I've experienced on my everyday life as well. Like one
Yes.
time I even talked about like missing my airplane, and how I was eating a hamburger, and somehow that has been one of the favorite posts for people,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
that's real, people
Exactly.
like real things,
Exactly.
and yeah, I don't know what else you want to add, Chaklo.
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna say the same thing. How like um start now, overcome your fear by kind of like starting small, and then after that keep going and going and going, right? First kind of like write about a webinar, just like I said right now. What did you learn from this webinar? Like let's say you say like in a post saying that, oh, I learned about the importance of using LinkedIn, right? And that's a great point, and that takes my attention, right? And that's something small that you learned, but that's going to help a lot of people. And share some of the other things that you learned so that others can get take advantage of that, right? And so I think that's really important. And then just like write about anything, actually. Yeah, like Mariana said, like start small and then keep going.
If you want like something actual thing that you can do right now besides the webinar that you want to write about, I would sit down and think about what are 3 things I'm good at and know about. I don't know what happened.
Sorry,
Oh,
sorry.
oh, there you go. What are like 3 things that you? Sorry, guys, I got confused. What are 3 things that you actually care about? What are 3 things that you are good at? What are some 3 things that you can talk about every time? That can that can be any subject, but trust me, like there's some people that will resonate with that. Write it down. Like what are some things that you're passionate about? What are some things you're looking forward to? Um, I think by writing those down, it helps. Also, what like have you ever had like a situation where you live something and you say, "Wow, like if somebody would have seen this, like they would have not believed it." I think that works as well.
Yeah.
There's just like no rules, you know. Even just saying how you feel a day,
Yeah.
you don't know who might be feeling the same way,
Yeah.
and it's
Definitely.
valid, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What else was I gonna say?
hmm
There's a question that says, "Are personal stories or advice better to share?"
I think that start with advices and then start with your personal story. At first, I kind of like started with like some of the webinars I joined, right? Some of the ideas that I have for the webinars, or like some of the things that I believe in, like how first I went to this webinar and then said that like I learned this from today, and then so that was really important for me. So I think that like doing that is really important, you know?
That's true. I think that it can be a little bit of both. Both are important. Both are valuable. So
Yeah,
do both and see what works best for you.
yeah.
And I think the last question, so it goes back to what if you don't want to be a content creator? And I think this is a really interesting one because lately I feel like a lot of people might feel pressure to be a content creator when you shouldn't. Um, so the question is, what if I can't and don't want to create content on LinkedIn?
Exactly.
Um, it's often said that creating content will take you high, but frankly, not all people have the habit of creating content.
Mhm.
Are there any chances that they'll succeed on LinkedIn if they don't do that?
Yeah.
So, do you want to answer that or do I go?
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
go first. So, if you don't want to create content on LinkedIn, that's fine. I think that what you can do is look like even if you don't want to comment, look at the people who are commenting, look at the people who are posting, contact them if that's what you want from LinkedIn to get like to network. Do that. If you're also looking for opportunities, join groups on LinkedIn. There's like,
Yes.
well, I'm going to go into Microsoft, right? But there's a group for Microsoft recruiting where they post everything about that. You know, look for these groups. I'm pretty sure almost everybody in every company has one now because that's kind of how they're having to do things now with
Yeah.
the current situations.
Mhm.
And reaching out to people, commenting. When you add someone, add a note why
Mhm.
you're adding them, what attracted you to their profile.
Yes.
Like, I feel like when you're a content creator, it's easier for people to get to you. But if you're not, then you have to go to people, right? So either way, just compensate it. I think that's my final answer.
Yeah, definitely. I think the same thing. Always like be an open person, right? Always be that like person that goes for the opportunities.
Yeah,
Never be scared to say like, oh no, right? Never say no. Always say yes. Go for the opportunities all the time because you never know how it's gonna end up for you. You know, I ended up at Google by just like taking one opportunity, right? It's like I never imagined. I never said, oh, I'm gonna be working there, right? I never
yeah,
said that, but like I just got it because I was always open to those opportunities, right? I was the person that always went for anything, right? Any
yes.
other webinar about business, about any major, I went there. And I think that it always takes from you. You know, it's just you have to be that energetic person. You have to be that
You
uh,
have to go be a go getter for sure.
exactly, go get it. Go get it. Honestly, like, what are you waiting for?
Go get it.
Exactly. Like it don't let the world tell you who you are. Some of the people that I know that I have seen is that like they don't take advantage because they think they're from another race, right? They think that they're not worth it. They think that they are too uneducated. They think that they're not worth it, right? But I want you to know that like everything, it's it's the world that puts the thing for you, right? Never say that you can't do it. Always go for it. Like because I'm Uzbek, it doesn't tell me that I shouldn't apply for some of the opportunities, right? I always went for it, you know. Doesn't matter anything. I always said to myself, I don't care what others tell me. I'm gonna be this person that I want to be, right? I'm gonna go for the
Yes.
opportunities. I want to create a content on LinkedIn. I don't care if people from my country is going to make fun of me, or if anyone's going to make fun of me. I don't care. I really don't, because I want the best for me, and the only person that cares about me is me, right? So you have to know that that you are the only person who can change your world for yourself, right? You are the only person who can change your future,
Yeah.
right? So always never be afraid. What are you afraid of, right? So
Uh,
I'm just like so excited actually to see all of your posts. Like make sure to kind of like write a post about it, and let me know what you learned from this, right? You know, because I really want to know, and tell me how you're doing it, right? How you are doing it. I want to see your journey, right? Because I have been through my own journey, I want to see your journey as well. So I'm just like so excited, you know?
yeah, I love that. I love that. And I think it is perfectly said. I don't want to add more to that because then
Mm-hmm.
I'll ruin the inspiration that she just caused us
Yeah.
all.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go into the Q&A section, probably like 10 or 15 minutes.
How
It's
many
already an hour.
is on live? Can you see?
Right now there's like 51. Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
great.
thank you all to that you've been with us right here. So we're an open book. Ask anything. Right now we're not answering questions about like how we get interviews specifically, like how to like work in interviews or get a job. We can do that in another webinar. So right now, try to keep your questions towards like networking and how to use LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we can later do another webinar on how to get into companies or something. Let us know. So
Yeah.
give us your questions. We're ready for them.
Ask some of
If
your
they have
questions.
one.
And I'm gonna remind you guys again, please write a post. I'm so excited to see all of your posts. They just be like it doesn't have to be. What do you think, Mariana? It's a good idea, right? If they kind of like start writing a post about it and say what they learned from the webinar. I think that's a great start to kind of create content because that's how I did it, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think yeah. If you still don't have something to talk about and you want to start, you can start with that. I'll support you. I'll go comment below and be your cheerleader.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have questions on networking on messages.
All right.
I don't know if you want to. Uh, okay, I'm reading all the questions.
Mm-hmm. Read me the questions.
Okay, so one of the questions says, so, Jermaine, I don't know which one to reply to first, so I'm going to go in order.
Yeah.
Um, Charmine asked, like she has a question, or I can't see. Sorry. Um, oh, why can't I see? Okay, so they're saying, what if we say something awkward or embarrassing, um, to a hiring manager?
Oh, if you make that mistake, oh my God, that's apologize them, say that you're really sorry, it's not something that you meant, and just be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I apologize, my real question was this and that, and make sure to apologize to them.
Yes.
I think this
Um, Another question that we have is from Laura. Um, Questions on what you would be a personalized message. What would be a personalized message you would do?
Oh, like I said, I think I already said it. Hello, how are you? My name is Shakhlo, and I am a student in this university. I study this and that. I recently came in your profile and see that you studied this or wrote about this, and I was really interested in it. Do you have any time to talk about the things, or do you have any time that I can, for a 15-minute call where we can discuss some of the things and something like that? Never say like, oh, I'm here to ask for you for a job, right? Never say that. Always be like, yeah, just like, if you have a time, let's have a phone call.
Somebody else has the question of, what did you talk about in your first posts?
The first thing I talked about on my post is on the webinar I attended. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I attended the webinar, and I'm not sure whose was it, and I just like wrote them what some of the things that I learned on the webinar. I said I learned about networking, I learned about content creation and importance of it, and that's how I became a star. I guess.
I my first message, like my first official post, um, was about going to a trip in Mexico, I think,
Yeah.
and I was sitting next to a lady who told me she was like going to move to the US for good without her husband, and I just remember seeing like a little kid, like he was 3 years old, and like he just seemed like he knew he was leaving his country and going to a new one, and I just talked about how that impacted me, like seeing it from an outside perspective. You
Yeah.
know, it was something really personal that really got to me, and I feel like you can share something like that as well. You know, there's a lot of situations that you see that may not happen to you, but you learn from them. You know,
Yeah.
and I posted about that, and that went really well. So yeah, I'm going to answer. Let's answer another question. What are mm, Do you think that LinkedIn is a good place to promote your professional content from elsewhere, like Medium articles?
Yes, I think it's a great place to do
Do
that.
it.
Um, there you are sharing something about your story too. You're sharing about what you like.
How
You
you like to write, you know?
exactly. Yeah, I think it's always good because employers are always looking for good writers. They're looking for people who write good, right? So sharing those kind of like stories where on Medium you wrote a post about your writing is always a good idea because they're gonna see your writing skills, right? It shows the skill that you have. So I think that it's a perfect opportunity for you to do that.
Mm-hmm. Also, we have another question like, what are your views on posting about controversial topics on LinkedIn? Should I be concerned about recruiters or employers seeing this content?
I think that you should be super careful because something that you say inappropriate can be really, really controversial for you and ruin your whole career. I think that, like, something that you can, like, let's say we see a post that's so racist, right? Um, the whole entire community is gonna hate you just because of one fact that you have. So please be careful on what you're writing and make sure that what you're writing is something is appropriate to say, right? Never share something that's not appropriate. Make sure if you think that it's not appropriate, make sure to ask your friend to read it if they how they perceive it, right? And if they perceive it right, then you can it's safe. But if you don't think it's a great post, then don't do it. Just don't. LinkedIn is a professional place where everyone is sharing about their kind of like success and their opportunities in LinkedIn. It's not about creating controversials on the website.
I think that it is okay. In my perspective, I think I've had like two or three controversial posts,
Mm-hmm.
and I've received hate for them. I think that is totally okay. Like, it happens, you know, not everybody's going to agree with that, but I think this also shows you how to deal with different perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if recruiters see this, I think that it's also good because there's ways to say controversial things, right? And honestly, let's say if you go to work to work full time someplace else, um, there's always going to be politics, right? Like how you say things really does matter. So if you're someone who can say something that's really controversial in a really smooth way, go for it. And yeah, like ask your friends if they can read it, and things like that.
Yeah, definitely.
How do you master writing in English as a second language? Any tool to check grammar and sentence analysis? Use Grammarly.
Use Grammarly.
You have There's a plugin for the browser that you're using,
Mhm.
and it fixes everything. So use Grammarly.
Exactly. Same here.
And I think those are all the questions.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
this was
yeah,
great actually. It went really quick. It was great talking with all of you guys. Please reach out to me. You know my LinkedIn. And yeah, it was thank you, Mariana, for agreeing to talk with me. Really great. And I'm just like so excited, honestly. We are going to have more webinars and I can't wait.
yeah, I can't wait either. And just to answer one more question, how should you respond to someone who does comment hate or negativity on your post?
This is
Oh my God. It depends. It depends, right? There's some people that are not worth your energy. There's some people like who literally are there to hurt, to hurt you. I block those people because I don't need that energy.
yeah.
When it's someone who is trying to prove me wrong in an educated way, I allow for them to speak. and just be open to other people's perspectives, right? But there's a difference between like being hateful and just sharing your opinion. So just be careful if you also share your opinion that's different to others. Make sure you're not being like a hateful person, you know?
Definitely. Definitely.
Okay.
And I agree with you.
All right. So, well, thank you everybody so much. You can also feel free to reach out to me in anything that I can help you with. It was a pleasure, and this was the first, and hopefully of many.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
everybody, take care, be safe out there. Whatever you may need, let us know.
Thank
And yeah,
you.
bye. Take care.
Bye bye.